Okay, guys, super happy to be here. My name is Jacob. I'm with Swiss Fortress, and in our industry, we tend to think that with education, we can actually onboard more people to that space, like another billion people, etc. It won't happen. It won't happen until we build better technology, and that's the same stuff all over again, with emails, with roads and cars and everything. That's foundational. And that's what we're tackling. So we're tackling with Swiss Fortress the very essential element of our industry, which is wallets. Wallets and how to use them. And we want to make sure that anyone, like literally anyone, our grannies, can use those wallets in a secure and easy way. That's why we want to make sure that anyone can transact crypto to a name. So let me start with three problems that we see right now. Problem number one, a lot of scams, a lot of hacks, people losing money every day. We know that. And phishing is super easy and rampant. That's one of the major causes of why people lose money. Second problem, it's really hard to use. Try to explain your grandma all a bunch of different addresses on all those different chains, right? And the problem is that there is no universal send to name. There is no Revolut for all the crypto. And that's why people have to understand the addresses. And what's even worse is that it's very easy to fat finger and make some mistake, and then your money is gone. And then the third problem is there's lack of trust. We don't know who's on the other side. It's trust me, bro industry. Trust me, bro, this is my address, just send it over. Okay, so what do we do with that? Well, phishing and crypto hacks cost us 1.8 billion in 2023 and 1.6 billion in 2024, first 7 months. That's the scale and magnitude of what is happening. And it's been Binance that is saying, look guys, watch out because our address is being phished into. So what do we do about that? We're building next generation technology for the wallets and wallet itself. First of all, truly easy and secure to use names. Now, you're all familiar with Unstoppable or ENS. The problem with those is that there is zero privacy. So we need some, and some of them only are applicable to a certain chains, such as ENS. So we replace all the addresses with one single unique global name, such as Alice, or Chris, or Jake. And it gives you a paper-like experience. Now, this is the way to make sure that people don't actually have to understand the names, don't have to understand the addresses. Second thing is that we want to make sure that no one knows how much money you have, right? Like, I don't want to go around the network and go around the internet and say, look, I've got 5 Bitcoins and 20 ETH and whatever. So that's why we're building also an encrypted chat and completely private names. So the names are not like ENS with static addresses. We dynamically compute the receiving addresses for each and every single pair of users. So that means if I'm sending money to Alice, what happens is we'll compute a receiving address that is unique for us. So if Joe is sending money to Alice, it will land on a different address under the same name. So that means that Alice can actually have her name put out there on her socials, on her website, wherever she wants, on her invoice, and anyone can send her any type of crypto, but no one knows how much crypto she has. So that's the privacy, but it's not a mixer. It's not something that's not going to be compliant. It's a smart way to actually hide the balance behind someone's name. And in order to build trust, we also build an encrypted and private chat so that the wallet can talk to each other directly. So I don't have to jump on a Telegram and ask, Alice, is that your address? I can talk to her wallet directly and ask, Alice, are you actually Alice? And in order to do that, and in order to prove that, we've built also an enhanced self-sovereign identity, or we call it also an off-chain cryptographic proof protocol. So that allows for off-chain crypto proofs of your identity to be attached to the name and then shoot it over through this encrypted chat and then prove irrefutably who's on the other side. And we also have the Fortress coin, which basically is a utility token that secures the register of those names. We didn't want to run the infra ourselves. We want to make sure that it's running in a decentralized manner. And this is going to be the main utility of the token. So this is the overview. By the way, the wallet is actually available for download in the beta version. So you can go to our website. I can shoot it over as well, but it's swissfortress.com. You can download the desktop version and play with that. We've got send to name that is fully functional, and we've got encrypted chat that is fully functional, and we are working on enhanced SSI, so this full off-chain crypto protocol. And it's operational on a couple of testnets, including Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Casper, and we'll be adding a bunch of others, as well as some ERC20 tokens. The names, the key part, they are really easy to use. I will show you the demo in a second after this presentation, but they are non-spoofable, easy to read names, replacing all the addresses, and they work across all chains. One to rule them all. Name registration is the only cost, and it's customized by domain. There is no risk of revealing which names owns which addresses because the database of the addresses doesn't exist because they are computed on the fly, peer-to-peer directly between the wallets. So there is no way for me to guess and find out anywhere what addresses actually Alice owns. And it's fully automated privacy because we generate those addresses on the fly. So on a technical level, like a small tip for the geeks, what happens is when I'm sending money to Alice, I take my private key and Alice pay code, which is basically a public key derivation, and I do Diffie-Hellman computation. So it's an algorithm out of 70s. It's a pretty old algorithm that gives me value X, and that's the same value X that Alice would have if she takes her private key and my pay code. So that means we've got a shared secret. And based on that shared secret, I can compute her receiving addresses for each and every chain that are going to be unique for me. So there is no mathematical possibility of anyone else actually guessing or computing the same address. Encrypted chat, you can play with that. It's a short, it's a method to share messages and shortly the decentralized KYC credentials. It's completely free to use. So all that is completely free to use once you buy the domain, the name, and all communication is decryptable only with private keys of the receiver. So it's very easy to operate, no PGP kind of interface and experience. End-to-end communication. And this is how the crypto proofs of your identity could look like in the future. So it can be signed by any type of authorized party. It's a voluntary thing, so you don't have to do that in order to use the wallet. It's going to be up to the user. And those credentials will be forming cryptographic proof, and we build a bridge between off-chain crypto proof provider and the name. And you can have unlimited amount of those credentials. So you might have one that says only I'm Alice and I just want to prove my name. I can have the full KYC details that are going to be very useful for every institution. It just depends on your needs. They are non-spoofable. They are completely voluntary and user decides what he shares with whom, and they are free to share. Again, it's not an extra paid function. And this allows for institutional grade KYC AML procedures. And it's realized through third-party providers. We just provide the tech for that. We also build an NFC hardware wallet, and it can be branded as per any brand's requirements. We built it together with Samsung and Tangem and Matterify. We've got a patent pending for that software that actually understands the names. And imagine in the future, a hardware wallet that says instead of I'm sending 0.2 ETH to 0x blah blah blah, I'm just sending this to Michał. And you got it on the screen, and then comparing is just a simple thing. Yeah, we can custom co-brand the cards. So what is the competition doing? Is there any competition? So basically there are a couple of other name providers. We all know ENS, there is FIO, there is Unstoppable, and they land in the different spaces on this privacy versus decentralization axe. But the reason why they're all broken is because they run centralized or decentralized databases of the addresses. So someone that knows your domain, they can look up all your history, all your balances, all your money. That's problem. Because they are mapped to static addresses. So that imposes security risks, privacy risks, and as far as we know, no one's solving that problem in an elegant way rather than a tornado cache and some other mixers. And we don't believe that this is sustainable. What's the market? So the market opportunity, these are old numbers. I imagine that those are even much higher. If you know what's the total number of crypto users right now, let me know. But let's think it's just half a billion. Okay? So this is the target audience for that product. And our distribution model, because that's probably on the investor's mind. How do you make sure that this is actually being adopted? So our distribution model is the following. We are building white label infra via API. So we can give it away to all the wallets out there. They can play with that, and they can adopt it, and they can actually sell those names and make money on that. So our role as Swiss Fortress is to develop a POC, show you the tag, show you the working wallet, and then enable everyone to actually adopt it. So there is a revenue share opportunity for all the wallets, Texas, OTC desk, any type of business partners in this field, because they can substantially improve the UX, improve security, improve privacy, and make 25% on the sales of the names. Our goal is one, not people to get fished all the time and not lose money. And we want to build a global standard of send-to-name systems in the world for all the crypto. That's our vision. And the business model is pretty straightforward. We just sell the names. We just sell them as we've seen it in the Web 2 space with the domains names, or with the domains, web domains. That's what we're selling, and the numbers are pretty high, even with small numbers of potential users. And we'll be selling top-level domains such as Binance, John, at a very dedicated pricing. But the regular pricing for our partners will be $10 per name per year, or like $100 for a lifetime subscription. And the Fortress coin that plays into that is a utility token, as I mentioned. It's deflationary by design. It secures registered names. So whenever someone buys the name, we'll take the tokens out of circulation. It's interoperable and privacy preserving across multiple blockchains, and enables private and seamless send-to-name transactions. So we are now in the private round 1. We're happy to be partnered with DNA and Chris, here. And Chris and the DNA team, and we're on the deal desk of DNA. We're now at the first private round with preferential vesting scheme and 10% at TGE. We're planning the next private round and the text listing probably first half of this year. Target token distribution, you can see here that there's no even tokens for the team. We're not making money on the token. Like, that's not our business model. We want to make money on the sale. So we want to keep majority of the tokens out of circulations. And here's the vesting schedule and the current offering at half a penny, targeting strategic investors through DNA deal desk. No more than 7.5% at this round. And the funding is going to be used mostly to build and deploy a pre-mainnet and mainnet. Here's the project roadmap with TG development and network of and the wallet integration, and then the mainnet goes live with wallet integration and mainnet swap within 24 months. We're happy to be partnered with Miles and More, so anyone buying the names actually gets Miles as well. We just last week started the pre-sale of the names, so people can reserve the names that are more than 5 characters for the moment. We'll be, allowing for the shorter names to be bought quite soon. We're partnered with DNA. We're partnered with Matify, our tech provider out of US. We're partnered with LCX, which is a Liechtenstein-based crypto exchange, and with Quibi out of Switzerland. That also helped us out with onboarding to Mice and More. We've got beta version of the desktop that I'm going to show you in a second. We've got strong worldwide partnerships, 9 patents pending, both domestic in US and international. And we're headquartered in Bad Zug, Switzerland for regulatory purposes. And meet our team. So Amar Vohora is our CEO and founder. He's got a strong background in finance at Rothschild Bank. Michał, who's the president and co-founder, he's been a white hat hacker for the US government for like 20 years, and he's been working at DC Beltway. He's the author of the patents. The other guy that I have on my right is Billy Mullins. Billy, he's been in the tech space for like 20 years. He's been a senior vice president at Goldman and Macquarie Group. Will Adams, another financial guy with nearly 2 decades of experience. Karina Komarnicka, our CMO, and me as an advisor and head of BD. I've been working in this space since 2017, and we are happy to have our advisors, Michael Turpin, Adrian Zdunchik, the crypto burb, and Clara Klanguti, who's our internal advisor in Switzerland. Okay, guys, I just want to show you how it works because that will probably speak more than my words. So let me just, now you can see the wallet beta. Here you can see it's Casper, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, all running on the test nets for the moment. Within the next 2 months, we're moving to production. And it just looks like a regular wallet. You can send and receive. You can generate the address. That's the old way that no one likes. But let me just show you how I'm going to send, let's say, 6 Caspers to Michał. Yeah. I just use my PIN. And voila, that's the whole experience. So this is how you send crypto with our tech. And here I can go and I can see in my transaction history that this transaction is still pending. Just got into the mempool. But let me just show you really quickly how that looks like on Explorer. So this is my address. This is where I send the money to. Right here you can see a bunch of transfers. And that's the last one that I've sent. And that's only me who could actually compute this receiving address. So anyone else sending to Michał will send him money to a different address. And you don't have to even think of that. You don't even have to know that. It just happens. And 2 other things that we were discussing during the presentation is an encrypted chat. So here I can actually chat to those different users. And it's disabled in beta, but this is the Fortress ID. So the crypto credentials can be shared with the counterparty, and off-chain crypto proofs can be shoot over before you make any transactions in a trusted and secure way. So that's it. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah. We keep you off that because we made sure that popular names, brand names are unavailable. So we just want to make sure that, for example, no one buys Amazon today or Brock Pierce because that would suck. We want to make sure that those names are actually going to be bought by the right people, which is a challenge. But we just took them over. Like they cannot be reserved for the moment. And then we'll just do that case by case. We'll just make a system so that we verify who's on the other side, so that we actually sell it to the right people.
If somebody did register my name, could you on your side do something to get it back?
At the moment, at the beta, yes, but at the production level, not really, because it's going to be inscribed on the blockchain. Yeah, good questions. Yeah. So basically, the first comers have got massive advantage to secure their names. Like, we just started the sales of the names last week, and it's been a pretty massive success. We just started this for a local community in Poland, and they got like crazy about the names because it's very personal. This is one to rule them all. And obviously, you can have multiple names. That's just up to you. We're happy to sell more than one lifetime subscription. No problem. Any other questions? Cool. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks, Al.